Howdy guys, I am back from PAX East. I've been back a couple days. What day is it? It's Wednesday? Okay, I got back Monday night. I'm still exhausted, and I think I caught the PAX pox, because I can tell my throat is hurting. So, we'll see if I can fight that off before it kills me. Yay. So yeah, PAX, fantastic time. So great. Like, oh my god, if you love video games and you don't go to a PAX Con, oh, you're missing out. It's totally awesome. We went down Thursday. Basically all day Thursday was driving to Boston. It's about a 7-hour drive from Buffalo. And what we did is a group of us got together and we rented like super minivan. And we all went, and we finally stopped. If you're from the area, you know the Pembroke exit on the thruway has a cheese store that sells Yancey's Fancy's cheese, which it's a local thing, but they do like chicken wing flavored cheese, and my favorites like wasabi and horseradish, and all these crazy cheeses, and they're really, really good. So we stopped at the cheese store on our way out of town and got some, so like the whole minivan had like a block of cheese and some crackers and a stick of pepperoni, and we were eating that for like half the ride. So that was really, really cool and really funny, and probably not the best idea for a 6-hour road trip is eating a block of cheese. We stayed at the Courtyard Marriott on Tremont. If you cosplay, I don't recommend this hotel. The lobby was pretty and all. This, I'm assuming it was a historic building. It was tiny. The hotel room was tiny. Oh my god. Like, when I had to put my armor on, there was barely enough room in the hotel room for me to get my armor on. Like, there wasn't even a closet. We had, like, an armoire thing, and I could hang up one costume in it. It was tiny. The bathroom was tiny. There was no hot water in the mornings. Since there were so many people in the hotel, there was no hot water in the morning. Got a hot shower at night, because not everyone was taking a shower, but oh my god, that was a hell of a way to wake up on the first day. It was no hot water. So, day one, started off early. I wanted to get out to the Con Costuming Survival Guide panel that was put on by Crab Cats and Punch Props. People I love. So I was totally excited to get there. They were the first time slot. They were female Ezio that day, because that's pretty easy to put on. It's just like, normal clothes, let's go. So you have to, like, get ready, get downstairs, wait for the bus. The buses come, they say every hour. I have no idea how often they come. So I'm like, I'm gonna make sure I get on the bus. So we got on the bus driver drove around. Bus driver had no idea where he was going. They let us off, like, in the middle of a random parking lot. We had to walk the rest of the way, because the bus driver got, like, stuck with the one-ways. So I was like, oh my god, we're gonna be late. And then there was, like, a line around the convention center to get in, which I'd never seen before. They didn't do that last year, or I don't know if I got there late enough that the line was already gone. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna be late for my panel. But I got into the building at 9:30 and then, like, whipped out my phone. I'm like, where the hell am I going? And ran all the way down to it was in the Merman Theater.
I'm very glad that all of you don't care what Blizzard is coming out with.
Who?
So I don't care.
Welcome to Con Costuming, a survival guide.
The panel was really funny. With Ezio, you have the lip scar on, and whenever I laughed, I could feel the lip scar, like, pulling my face. And I couldn't stop laughing the whole panel, so it was really bad. Since I was in a costume, some people from the crowd kind of were, like, coming up and asking me questions, too, specifically, like, other Assassin's Creed cosplayers. So that was really cool. And I brought my business cards with me for once, and I found it really helpful, because people were like, oh, do you have any advice for this? And I'm like, here's my card, send me a message when I get home. So that was cool. After the panel, I went and introduced myself to Bill from Punch Props. I'm sorry, I'm, like, totally a fangirl, but I really like his work, and he's a really cool dude, and if you watch his YouTube videos, they're really fun. So, I was proud of myself for that, because, you know, I don't, like, talk to people or interact with other people at all, ever. We went to the showroom floor, the expo hall, I call it the show floor. And I went to beeline right to the Ubisoft booth, since they were previewing Black Flag, Assassin's Creed 4. They had a little pirate photo booth set up that you could dress up as a pirate and get your picture taken, and they'd throw it on Facebook for you. And I did that. It was hilarious. I got to wear a tricorn hat because I love tricorn hats. And I was walking around, and all of a sudden my phone goes off, and my friend Vicky's like, "You're on Twitter!" And I'm like, "What?" And the guys that were working the booth like snuck pictures of me in Ezio and popped it up on Twitter, which I thought was really cool. And since I was dressed up as an assassin, Ubisoft was nice enough that they said anyone who was cosplaying from Assassin's Creed didn't have to wait in line. So I think I kind of like jumped line, and I had to wait maybe 10 minutes, and I have no idea how long the line is. It was probably like at least an hour or two. And you get these awesome like pirate blow-up swords. Last year they had blow-up tomahawks. I wasn't brave enough to wait in the line last year, but since I had a costume, I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll go in line. So yeah, if you're like, oh, why was it such a big deal you got to skip the line? If you haven't been, you don't understand like how huge the expo hall is. I took some video of me like walking down the stairs. Oh my god, like the dealer's room's got nothing on this. I tell people PAX East isn't crowded. As long as you're not on the expo floor, it's not crowded. The expo floor is crazy, insane, wall-to-wall bodies. It's just really crazy. But we walked around a bit. PAX has a rule. There's not allowed to be any booth babes. Booth babes, not allowed. No booth babes at all. So last year, I think a lot of the companies tried to skirt that rule by hiring cosplayers, which was nixed this year, I believe, because I didn't see anyone at a booth in a costume that was officially tied to it. There were two ways that the companies were getting around this. They have really neat booth setups, like the Monster Hunter little tiny booth where you could go and play Monster Hunter or DS with other people. It had like a big backdrop of Monster Hunter, and it had like the flags that you see in the game all over the place, and it had like little beanbag chairs that totally like fit the motif of Monster Hunter, so that was really cool. I think the Bethesda booth had like guys, they had statues that had the armor on. There was a couple places that had like dragons. A lot of places had statues. Riot has 4 of them. They are creepy as all hell. They go into Uncanny Valley like nobody's business. I'm not freaked out by the Tryndamere statue. I think that one was cool because his jewels like lit up and stuff. It was really cool. And I was like, how did they do that? The Katarina statue freaked me out because she has like a wig on. She has real hair, and the flesh tone is really, really well done. So we were joking that it was like they threw clothes on a real doll, and it was terrifying. So there were a lot of booths that had those. And the other way to skirt this rule is companies like I said, Ubisoft let the cosplayers skip line. BioWare also gives cosplayers an amazing amount of perks. So basically you just go, hey cosplayers, if you stop at our booth, we'll da-da-da-da-da. So you basically have free advertisement by getting the cosplayers to join it. Last thing of the day I wanted to do was there was a special effects in costuming panel that dealt with like mold making and casting and curing chemicals, all this really cool stuff. That was Cerberus Productions and Propped Up Creations did that. I thought it was really cool. It gave me some ideas of stuff to work with that I know how to cast pretty well. I can like cold cast and stuff. I don't know how to mold make, so it gave me a place to start looking and like a company to go to buy the stuff. So that definitely gave me some ideas, so I'm really glad I did that. While I was waiting in line, I like met an entire group of people that are from Ontario. If you're really bad at geography, I live in Buffalo, and Canada is literally, we're the only place that you go west to go to Canada, because, you know, Canada hangs down and we're over here. So we're like a stone's throw from Canada, like Toronto's like an hour and a half away. So I'm like, oh my god, like these people, and like one of their friends actually used to live in Buffalo and moved up there. So it was really like, I met so many people from Canada this weekend. It was hilarious. Day 2 was my day. It was Mass Effect Day, or as I call it, BioWare Owns My Soul Day. It was really, oh my god, I was so excited to wear my Caden armor for the first time, because BioWare decided to bring along Raphael Sparge, who is the voice actor of Caden Malenko, and if you don't know, he's my imaginary husband, space boyfriend, dude. Love him, can't get enough fangirling, and obviously I dressed as him, so really, really awesome. Oh my god. There was a big Mass Effect panel that was a retrospective on the 3 games and the like what the work that went into them. That was huge. That was in the main theater at like 2 o'clock. It was an amazing panel. Like, oh my god, the feelings, and it was crazy. And I would like, BioWare is so nice to their costumers. Like, you guys don't even understand like what BioWare will do for you if you wear a BioWare costume. Basically, they went up and down the line and went, you're in a costume, you're in a costume, you're in a costume, come with me. And they pull you to the front of the line. And this theater was massive. It was huge. And, you know, there's the stage and there's those 2 big screens on the side. Basically, they let all the costumers sit, like, in front of that big screen. Like, it was so cool. And I'm really glad they did, because if you are a Mass Effect costumer and you wear the armor, you can't really sit that well in most of the armor sets. I could sit fairly decently, considering, but it was more comfortable for me to have my legs, like, straight out instead of my knees bent, just because of the way the armor was. So there's, like, a line of us in armor. They're all sitting, like, sprawled out in their chairs, just because it's so hard to sit in the armor. I'm really glad I got to sit in the front row and I didn't have to, like, scrunch in. So that was cool. I just enjoyed talking to everyone around me. It was awesome. I'm really glad that the Caden hoodies got shipped out before the con, because when I do BioWare stuff, my husband just, like, lets me go, and he's like, you're on your own, have fun. I don't want to be a part of this. So I was like, oh god, I have to go make friends. And I suck at that. But, I was dressed as Caden, so people were like, oh my god, let's take a picture, this is so cool, like, oh my god. So you either go up to other Mass Effect costumers, and we were all like, fist bump, awesome, I saw you on the internet, you know, that turned out great, oh my god, how'd you do that? Let's swap guns, and like, how much does your pistol weigh, and all that fun stuff, and that was amazing. And we had like, oh, I light up, okay, let's all light up sort of moments, and it was really cool. And then I'm like, who else should I talk to? I look around, and there's a group of girls just standing around, all in the Caden hoodies, and I'm like, I should probably go talk to them. And it turns out it was like a massive blob of the Shenko sisters from Tumblr, and I'm like really happy I met you all, because you guys totally made my con. It was awesome. All the Shenko ladies and Andrew, you guys were totally awesome. I had so much fun talking to all you, and oh my god, like, oh, the amount of love was amazing. I'm glad there were people to calm me down, because every time I saw, like, Raphael walking around, I'd, like, freak out. Which is what I do. And it was awesome that, you know, I met up with some customers, we went to the panel, we came back, and they were doing Mass Effect signings. And they had Raphael doing the signings, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going for it. I had him sign my Caden armor while I was wearing it. They suggested I have him sign it, like, across the chest, but I thought that was a little weird, so I had him sign the shoulder, and I was like, couldn't form words. I'm like, can you sign my armor? And he's like, oh my god, that's so awesome. I'm like, dude, we took pictures on his phone together, and it was really cool. But I couldn't see what he wrote on me, since this was, like, literally, I think it was on the shoulder. It was literally on my shoulder. So I was walking up to random people, and I'm like, what does my armor say? And it says, to Sarah, my true love, Raphael Sparge, Caden. And I ran out to my husband. I'm like, oh my god! Like, I couldn't calm down for, like, probably half an hour. It was so amazing. He's such a nice guy. It was just, oh my god, I'm still fangirling over it. Like, he signed my armor! Yeah. I have a problem, I know. There were some other Bioware panels, I think. I don't even remember what happened. I think I just talked to the other Shenko fans, and we were like, oh my god, Caden, oh my god. Like, I'm so happy that I'm not the only one that, like, uses a shitty gun because it's my headcanon, or, like, chose Destroy because I wanted to go back to Caden. Like, I'm glad that there are other people just as insane as I am. Thanks, guys. So at the end of the night, Bioware had a costume contest. It really wasn't, you know, it's not like serious, like Masquerade at a con. It was like anyone who's in a costume pile in the room, and we'll like have you strut in front of the panel of judges, and we might ask you some questions. So they had Holly from Crab Cats is on the panel, Raphael was on the panel, and we had, I think it was Mike Laidlaw, a judge, and they had like some of the other designers and stuff from like Mass Effect that like sat on the panel of judges. And it was really cool because there were a lot of costumers that I know from the internet. I say like I know them personally, like people I follow on the internet were there in their really awesome costumes. And I went up and I'm like, oh my god, you know, I'm Caden, and a lot of jokes about Vermeer stuff. But Raphael's like, I signed her armor, and he was like really excited about it. It was really fun. I got, and they had just like, here's a prize, everybody gets a prize, sort of thing. I got a tech jacket. I got the N7 tech jacket, which I'm pretty sure that was like a $70 jacket. Cool! Like, awesome. That's really cool. And that was a lot of fun, just hang out with other people in costumes. Like, the kinship between, I think, Mass Effect cosplayers is insane. Like, you just walk up to someone that's wearing something vaguely Mass Effect related, and you'll just gush at each other. And it's so nice that we're like, I kind of saw your progress on the internet, and like, that looks really cool in real life. And just like talking to people, talking shop. I love talking shop. Like, it's insane. Like, be like, oh, what's that made of? Oh, I made it out of UVA foam. Oh, you know, like, oh, this is resin cast, or oh, I did this with fiberglass. And it's just like so cool. Like, everyone take out your guns, we're gonna compare guns, and like, how did you do that, and how did you do that, and like, oh, my idea is this for the next time. It was just so cool. I love talking shop. Like, you guys don't even know. Like, oh my god, I love it. It was so much fun. So cool. Final day, Sunday. I promised my husband I would go pour myself out to Riot, which I did. I dressed as Headmistress Fiora. It was really lazy costume, like thrift sorted up, whatever. Glad I did, because I didn't feel very well on Sunday at all. I think like exhaustion finally like caught up to me. I just felt like gross the whole day. So I'm glad I was wearing like normal clothes. Kind of. It was like a mini skirt and like a suit coat that was way too small for me because I had to have like my boobs hanging out. So we went down to the expo hall floor. We went to the Riot booth. Oh my god. If you're claustrophobic or afraid of people, don't go to the Riot booth. Oh my god. It's just, they couldn't even squish all the people into the booth. It was ridiculous. So they have like main screen set up where they'll have like a speaker, they'll have matches going, doing commentary. We went earlier in the con and they had the artists talking about like the splash panels and the skins and stuff, so they had someone up there. They were drawing out the Leona swimsuit skin concept. So, and there's like an info station that says what they're doing all day, and there's little kiosks set up that are for the different what the hell are they called? For the different positions you can play. So, you know, there's a little mid station, there's a support station, there's a carry station, and, you know. So you go up and they'd have different riders working those little kiosks. And we hit up the ones that were kind of on the outside that were easy to get to. The support one was, you had to like crowd surf to get to the support one. I couldn't even do it. So we went to mid and we went to carry. and the rare chance I play League, I'm Carrie. So I went and got my Ash lanyard that says Carrie, and they had you might have seen on the internet the bracelets that have your different things on them. So you go up and you talk to a rider, and they're like, oh, you know, who's your favorite mid to play? Or who's your carry? What do you play when you play carry? I got a cupcake. I got the cupcake because they just threw these things in the crowd and it bounced near us. And we're like, it actually landed in the kiosk, and we're like, excuse me, can you hand us the cupcake? And they're like, oh, who dropped it? And everyone was nice, and they're like, you can give it to Fiora. And I'm like, yay, I got the cupcake. And some of the riders really liked the fact that I actually like sewed in wefts into my Fiora wig, so I had like the color stripe hit my emo kid hair. Because if I just wear normal clothes, I look like a horrible emo kid with this red streak down the side of my bangs. So that was fun. Yeah, we got some riot stuff. We got some skins and got some lanyards and bracelets, and that was cool. They had a League costume contest later, but I got stuck at the BioWare base for the rest of the day. I'm like, no, we're going to BioWare. Raphael Sparge did a little mini panel on voice acting. That was cute and stuff. He took a picture of like the final instructions for the last lines of the Citadel DLC for the goodbye, and he read it out loud, and oh my god, we were all crying in the back of the room, and I think he like started to choke up a little bit. You know, it's like, this is the final scene with the companions and Shepard, and it like describes the last scene where you're looking out in Normandy, and oh my god, like, oh, so emotional, because we all know that's the last we'll hear from Caden. It makes me sad. And Raphael, and they did another signing, and yeah, I went to that one too. What of it? So I'm like, I really want this pic. This picture is you can only get it if you go to like a BioWare, official BioWare thing. Like, we want a lithograph of this, please. I would buy this and hang it on the wall. I felt really sick, like I was gonna pass out, so I wasn't nervous this time. I was more like, please hurry up and sign my thing so I can go like vomit in the bathroom, because I'm not getting back in line for this. It was really cool. Raphael's adorable. He was so nice to me, because I'm like, third words. But I'm like, hey, I was the girl in Caden Armor yesterday. And it took him a minute, because I guess when you see me, like, Caden, I had my normal hair up in the pomp. And I had armor on and stuff. And then on Sunday, I had, like, my hair up with this wig on. And, like, I had my secretary glasses on. And I had a suit coat on with no shirt underneath. And just, like, my fancy bra hanging out. And he was kind of like, whoa. And I'm like, hi, yeah, it's me again. And so yeah, I got his signature again, and it was really great meeting him, and it totally, like, made my trip for me. And then I think they BioWare did the BioWare free stuff trivia contest. Didn't win anything. I knew a lot of the answers, though. I'm just really slow with the hand raise. But a lot of my new friends did win stuff. Good job, guys! So basically I just hung out at the BioWare base the rest of the day and talked to my new friends I made. Hi, Tumblr! Which is really cool. We just chatted. Chatted about life, chatted about Caden, chatted about Mass Effect. It's really cool. Like I said, PAX is a really nice place that you can just sit down and the person next to you will just start talking to you. And it's really cool. Like, I don't talk to people, but it was really cool that we could just be like, oh, so you play Vanguard? That's cool, I play a soldier. Like, what guns do you use? So, it's really awesome. Especially since I don't have, like, none of my friends in real life are, like, really into Mass Effect. I think I know, like, 2 people that actually have played it. So, at least they can be like, oh yeah, whatever. We know what you're talking about, but we don't know why you're talking about it. So it was really nice to be like, I love Caden, and I love being a Vanguard, and I love using a katana shotgun for absolutely no reason. Yeah, that was really awesome. So then I said goodbye, I gave hugs and waved by, and we went back, and I changed out of my costume, and I, like, took a shower, and I was feeling a little better, but we were hungry, so we went down to the Intermission Tavern, which was a couple blocks from our hotel. Got some quick bar food. I got, like, this awesome macaroni and cheese that had, like, ham and crackers in it, so it tasted like a Lunchable. It was amazing. Me and my husband are sitting there having a few drinks, trying to unwind from all the craziness, and I'm going through Tumblr on my phone, and I found a picture we took at the Bioware photo booth of, like, all the Cade Knights and Raphael Sparge, and I, like, started crying in the middle of the restaurant. Like, I was so sad it was over, and it was such a great time, and I met so many great people that, like, I couldn't handle it. I was so sad that it was over, and I couldn't hang out with you guys anymore. And the notes on the picture, too, that people were writing were really sweet, and it was just, like, it's like, I'm so tired and I'm so emotional right now. I was, like, just crying in my drink at this bar because I'm like, I don't want to go home. I'm so sad it's over. So yeah, that's PAX East. It was an amazing time, and I met amazing people, and, like, I can't wait for next year. Like, that's how I feel. It's like, it's a year away, and I really can't wait. In the meantime, I'm trying to work out how to get to Dragon Con. I've never been before, and it was one of those things that were like, we'll go next year. But I was talking to everyone's like, yeah, I'll see you at Dragon Con, and I'm like, oh, okay. So now it's like I have to go. So I'm trying to talk my husband into letting me go to Dragon Con instead of going to, like, 2 other anime cons. Like, if I cross these off, I can totally go. So, hopefully, fingers crossed, Femcaden will be at Dragon Con. I'm working on it. I gotta go turn on the puppy dog eyes so someone lets me. Alright? So, yeah. I had a lot of fun. I'm glad I met all of you. It was amazing. I can't wait for next year.